Welcome.
Welcome. I'm Michelle Murad.
Yes, I'm Kyle Trueblood. We're here with
Miss Kim Hale.
Yes.
What's up?
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh,
course.
you're kidding. Thank you for being here. I feel like I'm in awe. I'm in awe. Behind us, we have you dancing.
No, I love it. I get embarrassed when I watch it, but it's still fun. I love it.
It's the energy for me.
I appreciate that.
Is there a diet that we have here?
No diet, but I
No
have
diet.
a fierce teacher by the name of Dexter Carr who really took me from being kind of shy. I'm not really shy, but to like opening up and letting that person come out. Who's been there?
Yeah.
Yes, she's spicy. She's
was
like my
that,
alter ego.
What was that transition like? What was that moment for you when you like?
I think it was that Beyonce moment. That was to a Beyonce song, one of the clips you saw where I had the shirt on that says, "You're not Beyonce." And it was just a moment that I kind of stepped into myself.
Cool.
And owned everything that I am. And,
Amazing.
Just stepped into it all. So it's been a gift
Yeah.
to be dancing. The biggest gift was letting my hair go white during COVID.
Nice.
And people like to call me a grandmother.
Me too.
What?
And I'm actually 54, but I love the comments. Get it, Granny. That's one of my favorites. I'm here for the auntie vibes. That I live for.
Let's do auntie vibes. I don't know what grandma.
Well, I think
like
you'd
that.
be surprised that
Really?
in the social media world, I would say in the world in general, there is a connotation that if you have white hair, you're a grandmother.
Really?
Okay.
And I think what's really fueled me on social media is showing a different representation of what it means not only to be in your 50s, because J-Lo's in her 50s.
Yeah.
Right.
We all have different costumes,
Right.
but what it means to be a woman with white hair and what does that mean? It's hair.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm 12 inside, in case you haven't noticed. I'm 12.
We are too.
You both are.
But that is what has really kind of fueled me, is just putting out other expressions of what a woman of my age, my look, my vibe is.
I mean, your age, your look, your vibe is everything. Like I told you, I found you on Instagram one night just because my algorithm is finding you like people positivity, like sharing joy, and I found you and I was like, oh my gosh, I am going to DM her if she like ever sees this. I want her on the show because it's the energy, it's the way you move, it's just like. There's so many questions I have for you.
Please ask them.
When did you start dancing?
Yeah.
Well, I started dancing as a young person. I had a professional career. And then when I hit a certain age, I kind of did what I've realized actually in about the last week is I denied myself what I'd love to do because I thought I couldn't do it at the level that I did when I was 20 or maybe even into my 30s. And it really clicked to me that you just have to reimagine things. And that I can still do this.
Yeah.
In some ways, I'm so much better just from life experience.
Yeah, for sure.
And that why did I deny myself this part, such a huge part of me, of who I've been, of how I express myself without words? And I still have dreams and I still have things I want to do and things that I'm doing, but I run into this still, even in trying to work professionally, this thing about, well, I don't look old enough, or I don't look like, it's always like, well, she's good, but she doesn't look like the grandmother, or she doesn't look. But why not show a woman with white hair that's hitting it?
Let's change the narrative.
Yeah, that's hitting it. Why do I have to come out with a walker and a cane?
Right.
Why?
Right.
Thank you.
So
These basic archetypes, right?
yeah. So when we speak, I did a movie last summer, and I'm so excited. It's with Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell, and I'm dancing in
That's
it
incredible.
with a 17-year-old next to me. But that the choreographer was so gracious to have diversity in every way, from age to ethnicity, all the way across the board. So
great.
for someone to take the risk. So this, I said, until somebody's interested in me, I'm just going to have class be my stage,
Awesome.
and I'll share it with the world. And people, God, Audie, wasn't really meant to be like that.
So you were always a dancer and you're also an actor. When did social media take play? Was that during 2020?
During COVID. During COVID. I came on, I hadn't been dancing. I started dancing in my living room. I had gone through, I had lost both my parents, my second parent, November before COVID.
Condolences.
Then I had Bell's palsy. Then I had skin cancer.
Oh
so
my
I had been
gosh,
through it
you
all,
did.
honey.
You've been
I had
through
been
all
through
of
it.
it.
And
Yeah.
something inside me, I saw people dancing on Instagram. I was like, I could do that. I got the little camera propped up in front of the couch. I did the like 3 people thing. Remember when that was a trend where
Yeah,
you could
yeah,
put the
yeah.
filter?
Yeah.
And a friend said, who's now my teacher, he told another friend of mine, tell her she doesn't need to have the 3 people. She can hold it on her own. Then I moved
Amazing.
outside to like a green ivy wall.
I saw that. I saw
So
that
some people have been
progression.
with me since the green ivy wall, yes.
Wow.
And then I got the courage to come to Playground LA and take a
huge.
class. I started in a beginner class, and I just recently joined the heels. You'll see I have a little kitten heel on because I got little weak ankles.
Wow.
But
Those
yeah,
are
it's
so
been a
cute.
journey, and that dance and that hip hop especially would be the thing that would turn my life around.
Did you ever think that would
No,
do that?
no, because, I'm always the person that's at the party, like, giving you the crazy vibes and everything. But I said, I really want to learn to do something and be respectful to the art of hip hop and the lineage and the culture, and not just there's a lot of people on TikTok, doing all that. But I'm like, no, I actually want to do what's actually authentic.
I mean, you
and not just bend over and be giving you booty all the time, which I can do and I'm good at.
Right, we can see it.
But I can't.
I showed Kyle some of your videos. I showed him so Ellen, you
Yes.
you
All right.
got that from sending in a self-tape submission, right?
Yes, so I was on Ellen twice.
Yes.
Once on my 50th birthday, I had dark hair. And then I went on with white hair, I think earlier this year. And that was super fun. But again, it's like that was a contest. Like, can you guess who can dance?
Okay.
So Twitch always thinks that I can't dance. But
It's hilarious. 'cause
But
I
they
really
always want to put me in a sweater and pearls. I swear.
Yeah.
It's like the
narrative.
thing.
The white
It
pearls, the green
is the
sweater.
narrative.
gotta change it. That's one of my.
So and shout out to anyone who's ever had me in pearls and a sweater. I love you. But, why can't I be in something else?
yeah,
You
right.
know?
And you do, and you are, and you look fabulous.
So that was a big breakout moment not that one. There's one where I have like a one-piece bodysuit, and that was
So
like a big
cute.
moment to let go of the sweats. But yeah, the pearls and the sweater seems to be the narrative, the costume of what what people expect.
You're constantly proving that people's perceptions are outdated. Like, what are the positives from that you find?
Oh
in
my
your life?
gosh, so many people write me.
Yeah.
So many people DM me. And I always say, for me, it was dance, but for you, that might be gardening, that might be painting, that
Right.
might be jumping rope, roller skating. So that I hope that you find that.
Okay.
And so people are constantly writing me like, I took a dance class. I
awesome.
did this. I did something I've been wanting to do rather than wait. And when young people will write to me too, or they'll comment on TikTok and say, I want to be you. If I'm not you when I'm in my 60s, I'm not in my 60s,
Yeah.
but if I'm not you, I'm going to be mad. And I was like, why not just be you now?
Yes.
That's what what are you waiting for? I waited too long worrying about what people thought or how people would perceive me. And even now I'm like, I'm still going to put out what I like to do and who I am and show I'm not dead yet. I'm still in my body. I'm
Yeah.
still going to rub on my thighs. I like it.
right.
We call it the Kim Hale rub down. I like, I'm here for the curves. I'm here for it all.
What's the Kim Hale rub? Can you teach us a Kim?
I
Hale
can
rub?
teach you the Kim Hale rub
What's
down.
the Kim
It is
Hale
a
rub?
pretty
Maybe we should-
class.
Maybe we should do that before we.
The Kim Hale rub down, it's almost in every video. Anyone that knows, that's part of the Kim Hale rub down comes in. I like to give you a bent over move too, but I like a little rub down.
Wow.
But
That's great.
I mean, you move with such ease and such grace, and
I appreciate that.
I mean, you see so many people like all different. I mean, this is not an age thing. This is just like a gift. Like, I mean, wow.
it's so amazing. And like, if in a lot of the videos, you'll see the younger people than me. I mean, age is what it is. There's numbers attached. So supportive, so sweet, so kind, always cheering me on. I got a little shade in the beginning. I won't lie. People were like, oh, are you taking class? And I was like, absolutely. Do you have a problem with that?
Right.
But
That takes strength. That takes strength that I don't think a lot of young people will develop yet.
I showed up with a Britney Spears. I have 2 favorite T-shirts that I like to wear. One is is Britney Spears, and the second is Diana Ross. See, I have Diana Ross right there. Those are the two shirts you'll see me wear a lot.
What's your favorite Diana Ross song?
I'm Coming Out.
That's a perfect song for you.
I love Diana Ross. She's everything. I mean, look,
Has she
78.
yet?
Yes, I actually have worked. I worked with Diana Ross with Debbie Allen last time she was at the Hollywood Bowl.
Amazing.
And I live for her, but I think she's such a great example of being 78
Wow.
and still doing what you love. I mean, it's a gift.
Yeah.
It's a gift. And to be in a supportive community, like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
To be in a supportive community like Playground LA, to have an incredible teacher, Dexter Carr, I have to shout him out. He brought me back to life when I really wasn't there. I'm just so fortunate. And that people have embraced me embracing myself.
Right.
And see themselves in that, and that they see that it's possible. And that's kind of the message. I think for me, the gift of social media, it's not just posting, but when I realized that there was something I wanted to talk about, then it kind of took off a little bit.
Yeah.
Because there was like more of a message, and like, you can do this. Or I think one of my big videos, I said, when they think you should be home knitting. That was one that I have.
Really?
I put the caption, when they think you should be home knitting.
Nice.
You know, it's like, we're here at all ages. We're alive. We still have a lot to contribute.
Yeah,
So people, do what you want. Do what you love.
Yes, absolutely. I'm such a big believer of that. I mean, if you're alive, you have a purpose, and you're whatever that is, like you said, whether it's, gardening or whatever, it's within you, and you should keep, pursuing it. And I mean, this is just, I can't tell you how excited I am to have you on this show.
That is so sweet.
It's
I can't
so
believe
wonderful.
it.
I can't believe you responded to my DM. I was like,
I check the DMs. You never know what's in the DMs.
No,
Lots of things come in the DMs.
You never know.
I kind of look. I miss a lot. I can't respond to everything, but I do try to respond to people when I can. And I saw your message, and it resonated with me. You know, and it's been a gift and a journey, and it wasn't the way I planned.
What was your plan?
My plan was that I wanted to be on Broadway. I still want to be on Broadway. I'm telling people. I have to start saying it and owning it. So yes, I still want to be on Broadway. I take voice lessons. I do it all.
Yeah.
So
Be a lead on Broadway for sure.
yeah, I sing, but what's a lie like that? I'd love to play Roxy on Broadway.
You would make an amazing.
You know, they have the first. Either not, I want to say non-binary or transgender person playing Roxy or Velma right now. And so let's have a white-haired Roxy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we might have to change the storyline a little bit. I think she gets pregnant. That might not be possible, but
Well, I think Pamela Anderson was just Roxy.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
Pamela Anderson's in her 50s too. Like,
I love that I just said that. That's a big moment.
claps for being
You know, to just say and own what you want. So, you know, in the end, it is what I just posted a quote the other day that said, what's meant for you won't pass you by, and what passes you by wasn't meant for you. So I really try to hold on to that. It's not easy. It's not easy, but I've reached a lot of people, and for that I'm grateful that I see a video and think 7 million people watched me dance to this.
7 million?
7 million people saw that video right there. That's crazy.
It's you.
And you're just in the moment in class, and the camera comes out, and it's like you're not thinking that, you're not hoping that. You put something out there, and it's amazing to see what resonates with people.
I mean, it resonated with me. It brought me so much joy. It was late at night. Like I told you, I was on my Instagram, and thankfully, I only follow people that bring me joy. And that's what this show is all about, is bringing joy and positivity and encouraging people just to, live their best lives. And I just love that every one of our guests has just been like yourself, like inspiring and bringing like their gifts and their talents.
I appreciate it.
So it's really just an honor.
You know, and we all go through things. You see, it's all about that moment when you decide that it's like enough. Losing parents, second parent. I remember my brother turning to me and saying, "Oh, what's it feel like to be an orphan?" And I was like, I'm 50 years old, but so true. Like you're on your own. And that was such a gift, that in the sense that you have to step into your own who you are and who you want to be and stop waiting.
Yeah.
Because life is fragile. If there's anything COVID taught us or is still teaching us, the monkeypox, all of it, is that life is fragile.
Life is
and
very
anything can happen.
Right.
And so you have to truly embrace every moment. And that's what I try to do. And don't get me wrong, my body hurts a lot. Don't think that I don't. Let me be honest. Let me be transparent.
Yeah.
My body hurts. People are always like, oh, you know, you have so much energy. Yeah, I slept for 12 hours last night.
Yeah.
Don't think that it's all part of it, but it's all worth it.
Yeah.
And to be honest, when I see this, it's like that's the truest expression of who I am.
That's great.
That is me at my most authentic self, believe it or not.
You spoke about a process of reimagining. What can we just go through that a little bit? Like, what was that feat or obstacle that you overcame where you're like, I'm going to reimagine? This
I
is who I am.
think, you know, I never thought I never planned to let my hair go white, first of all. So that moment of stepping into this is who I am.
Yeah.
And letting go of coloring my hair, which it's not for everybody. And I don't think it's that everybody should do that. But for me, that was the first step, saying, this is who I am. I had the COVID. I could walk around. Nobody cared. So I did that. And then it was like, well, I want to dance. And then I got so caught in, again, this idea of what I had to be. So if you have danced in your youth, you think, oh, I'm going to kick my face. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do 10 turns. No, I'm not maybe going to do that. I might. But that it's okay. And accepting that life is a journey and every phase has a gift in it. And I'm not going to be the same person that I was when I was 12, nor do I necessarily want to be when I was in my 20s.
Right.
And to just say, this is me today. I'm still capable of a lot. And let's explore what you can do.
There's a gift in every phase. I love
giving
that.
myself permission to explore what's possible. Sometimes I screw up. Yes, of course you see the best and the brightest. You haven't seen the times that I walk out and forget the steps. We're not showing always that. But to give yourself permission to be where you are today and express who you are. And I look at that and there's some things that I go, wow, I wish I had danced like that in my 20s. I didn't dance. I didn't have that much joy and freedom that I
That's
now.
profound. So you found more joy now.
Yes, I think, and there's life experience, and there's less. They're still caring, but there's a little less.
Is that what makes it more enjoyable?
Yeah, but I'm still competitive. Don't get me wrong. Anyone that knows me knows.
Like
If you know, a 21-year-old will come out, and I'm still going to be like, we're going to go at it.
100%.
We're going to go at it in a healthy way.
Sure.
And I have my own peers who are in their 50s, other dancers that I know. I was like, let's go. Let's see what you got. So I still have that side of me,
great.
and I embrace it, and it makes me know I'm still alive. And if I didn't have that little bit in me that still is curious, you know, one of the best things that I learned, I worked for Debbie Allen at her studio for many years doing in different capacities. And one of the gifts from her was that you have to stay curious. And that's the key to being youthful. I mean, this is a woman who directs, acts, choreographs, runs a dance studio, does all of the things, if you will, but is still curious and learning and reading books and, you know, learning things about cameras, social media, learning about all these things. So it's about staying curious and seeing what's possible. I'm curious about what my body can do.
Yeah.
Like, what can I
pushing the
do?
limit or something?
Yeah, not even pushing, but like, can I do something? Sometimes I think I can't do something. I'm like, oh shoot, I did it. Like, and because we get so caught in our heads and we put our own limitations on ourselves of what we can do, what's possible. I'm interested in exploring what's possible. And that goes for every age, not just my age, but you know, there are kids, I don't know why my voice is so squeaky today, but there are kids that are on social media, 16, 15, running multi-million-dollar businesses. So it's about every age. It's not about just being older. It's about what's possible at every age and expanding this narrative, like you said. Expanding the narrative. What does a grandmother look like? Kris Kardashian is a grandmother.
Oh, right. Yeah, she's hot too.
Debbie Allen is a grandmother. There's lots of people who are grandmothers. What does that look like? What is there a costume?
We have variations to that.
Yeah.
There's not one way to look at it.
Of anything.
Can I be brutally, like, truthfully honest? I had grandparents who told me constantly, do not get old.
Oh, wow.
do not get old. How do you digest something where you don't really, if you're lucky, you get to get older. If you're lucky,
it's true. If you're lucky, I'm still here.
You're still here.
I've been through all the things everybody's been through.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm still here. I made it.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm not saying you're old. What I'm saying is but seeing this makes me look forward to growing up. Like, people like you make me excited to keep growing because
I appreciate that.
Because you have joy. Because the narrative for me, and I'm sure the narrative was for you as well, is because we've all been like, it's programming. What we saw was like, oh, as you get older, you can't, things break down. You're not.
They do. They still do.
Yes, right.
I mean, I do a lot of things. Don't get me wrong. I go to a chiropractor. I have an acupuncturist. I might get an IV drip every once in a while.
How is that?
Yeah.
Is that good?
It's good.
Yeah.
I like it. She's good.
I want to try one of those.
You need a little
She's
vitamin
fun.
sometimes, but I think it's it's possible. I for myself was ready to say, to not give up, but give up on myself and say, well, you're going to sit at a desk and this is what you're going to do. And that's a great thing. It wasn't for my spirit, the creative energy that I have. And being able, I think any dancer that you talk to will say, being able to express yourself without words.
Right.
It's incredible. So, I mean, you must get so many opportunities just from social media.
I get some. I do get some. Yeah.
This is the one, which is the one that had 7 million views.
Oh, the Beyonce one.
Beyonce
And I still take a ballet class, so I do a lot of different things.
Beyonce, are you listening?
Yes,
Like
Beyonce.
That,
You can't break my soul?
Yes. Her next music
That one. These ones right here.
Oh my, it's incredible.
But what's the best part is you see people follow you and you're like, oh my God, Gabrielle Union just followed me. She follows me.
That's awesome.
Or the other person who I saw like something the other day, and I literally get giddy inside. I was like,
should.
Not Sonia Morgan from the New York Housewives liked my video. It was like, who I really want to duet with is Lisa Rinna, to be honest.
Oh my
Lisa Rinna, are you listening?
Yes, Lisa lives nearby.
She must, yes.
She's for sure.
So it's been fun. It's fun to see who it gets out to, as you talked about the algorithm, like who the content gets to is so funny.
Yeah.
When things flop and things go and things do all kinds of things, they sit there.
Funny.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, that's my favorite move to roll. I like to lay on the floor.
Is that a signature move also?
It's also kind of a signature.
Kim Hale roll?
The Kim Hale, I know. My teacher Dexter was like, "What is she gonna do now?" She went down. Like, what is she gonna do?
Great.
He's amazing. And he offers a class on Sundays. It's called Beginner, Sweaty Sundays.
okay.
And so it's all levels, people from all walks of life. And that was kind of the home base. Then I got a promotion. So I do the beginners, and then I went to beginner intermediate.
Okay.
And now I go to intermediate advanced sometimes. But that's not like a video class. That's like me struggling in the back, having fun for the push.
For the push and the exercise.
For the culture. For the culture.
That's great.
We only have a couple more minutes with you. I want you to plug away all your info and everything you want, all your dreams and aspirations for that red camera. And before you go, we have to do the Kim Hale pat.
The rub down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The rub down, not the pat down. We're not getting arrested. We're not getting arrested today.
I clearly don't do rub downs.
Yes, so please join me on social media. You can find me on TikTok or Instagram at Miss Kim Hale. And yes, I have dreams. You have dreams. What's your dream? My dream is to be on Broadway. I've had this dream forever. I'm working toward it. I don't believe a magic fairy's coming and making dreams come true. You have to do the work. So here's to dreaming big, friends. Let's dream big together.
Woo!
Let's go.
Yes,
You got to learn the rub down.
Okay, so I'm assuming we got some Diana Ross so we can play
Oh, yes.
to I'm Coming Out.
Oh, I live for Miss Ross.
Let's
I'm
have-
going to stay here.
Okay, all right. Do we
All right.
stand up? Are we going to be in frame?
Will we be in front? We can do it here.
Okay, so
I got you.
So what do I need to do? Yeah, you can put it down. Oh, well, we still need your audio.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
So you have to start from the top and come down, and you
Okay.
give a little. First, let's start. You got to give
Okay.
the little rib cage. Hey,
Hey.
we're living.
Hey.
And then you got to add the hand,
Oh.
and you got to rub down and enjoy every curve, everything. You could come from the neck.
Gotta enjoy my curves.
Yeah, and closing your eyes is like an extra. That's an extra like T on it.
I gotta enjoy my curves.
You got to enjoy it all and live for yourself, because who's living for you if you don't live for yourself? That's all I got to say.
Thank you, Kim Hale.
so much.
Thank you. It's so fun. Yes, you can get
on
that.
all her socials, and we'll be right back after this moment.
Let's
Yes.
sway.
Oh, and we're gonna sway.
Okay, let's go.
You know, we actually dance at the beginning of every episode.
You do?
We do
I might need to come choreograph you.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, hey.
Let's go. There's also the lasso. You can go.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey, let's
The
go.
last one.
Have a great
The lasso's always good.
Have a great weekend.
Oh.
And we'll see you on Monday.
Thank you.
Hey.
Hey.